Today's subject, trucking is not fair. I was having a conversation recently. We were talking about different things and how things go in expediting. But I don't know if you knew this, but trucking apparently is not fair. And there are people that come into this business expecting that trucking is going to be fair. Wow. First of all, if you are interested in expediting, you want to do what we do, you want to drive for FedEx Custom Critical, this is something that you want to do, email me. You can make an appointment to talk to me in person. You get to call me and talk to me if you have questions. That's something you want to do. And there are still things that just people say that I go, what? Yes. And one of those is that I recently heard that's not fair. And it is true. There's a lot of times that you will come into this industry. Let's start on one thing. I'm just going to, for those of you that are in the industry, you already know this, load cancellations. Sometimes you will get a load dispatched to your truck. And sometimes, let's say it's a Friday and you wait till Monday to get this load. And let's say it's a 3:00 pickup. Or let's make it even worse. Let's make it Monday's a holiday. So it's Friday. You've got the whole weekend off and you take a Tuesday load, right? A 3:00 load on Tuesday, picking up in Columbus, let's say. And you live in Florida. So you spend your holiday weekend in Columbus waiting for this load. And then you get to the shipper at 3:00 on Tuesday after you've waited Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You get there on Tuesday, the 5th day, and what happens? Your load cancels. And nobody called you. And they called the shipper and they said, we told them. And somehow it didn't get relayed to you. Okay. So now you've sat Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It's 3 p.m. You're most likely not going to get a load out of Columbus on a Tuesday in the evening, unless something that doesn't get covered. And then sometimes they go, you get off the load, and while they're putting you back in the system so that you can get dispatched on another load, the shipper calls up, oh no, that load is ready to go. And this is crazy. This is like outlandish, but it can happen. And because you were in that little gray area of time where you were not on the board yet, showing available yet, the next available truck gets the load that you just waited 5 days for. Now, does this happen all the time? No, it doesn't happen all the time. Does it happen sometimes? Yes, it does happen. That is like the most extreme of bad case scenarios that I can think of on a load cancellation. But then you get a load for Wednesday and that load cancels. And sometimes you can have 3-4 cancellations at a time that go through in a row. Does it happen all the time? No, but I want you to not be surprised that if you are new to this business, to this industry, and you come out here, that this can happen to you. I want you to be acutely aware. And there is no fair. You click on a load and you're the closest truck. You're a mile from the load and somebody else is miles away, but they have one more load than you do. They get the load. It's not going to be fair all the time. It's pretty much, it's never, ever probably going to be fair. So we have a lot of new people coming into the industry, and things have been particularly busy for this time of year. All of this information that we keep putting out is getting out there. And there's a lot of people that are coming into the industry, and some people staying, like Jason and Paula Coviello, my problem children for a long time. Well, let's see. what do we got going? The longer you are in business, the less one-offs matter. It's just a matter of sequencing that hits the newer teams harder. That's true. It's like when you haven't been through it, it's new to you. And we have a bunch of teams making transitions and changes, and they're changing the way their things are going to be done. And all of them are nervous. So that's something that's going to happen. So when you're a new team and these things start to happen to you, which they will happen to you, you need to know that it's just your turn. And sometimes it's your turn for a prolonged amount of time. Dave and Kathy, Deb and Danny, Jason and Paula, all of these people were teams that came through and have been through these down times. What's the percentage of teams that get loads with your company? Jack, I don't think you understand what we do. All of our teams get loads. FedEx and all of our trucks get loads. They don't take loads from anybody else. They don't work boards. They don't do any of that stuff. They get dispatched by those people, and it is not forced dispatch. So you get an opportunity. They tell you the particulars of the load. So that amount is negotiated. We cover everything. You don't pay anything out of your pocket. On the FedEx, every 18 months, you have to do what's called a GDP class. It's a good distribution practices. And that is every 18 months. And it has to do with temperature control loads. So yeah, we cover fuel, tolls, truck costs, insurance, all of that stuff. The only thing that you're responsible for is called OIC, which is called occupational insurance coverage, which is a independent contractor's version of workman's comp. Now, there are some states like North Carolina and Nevada where it's actually called workman's comp, and the cost is a little bit higher. Realistic, 120, 60 per driver. Listen, if you can fog a mirror and you listen, there's no reason that you can't make $60,000 per person per year in the truck. That's realistic. Do I have teams that make less? Yes, I do. Do I have teams that make more? Yes, I do. We have lots of teams that go the gambit. Okay, so Danny says, I'm in chat, still on the phone, but we made 114,000 5 years later, made 137,000 this past year. Like I said, Danny and Deb have been doing this a while, and my hat's off to Danny and Deb, because they came from the tractor trailer industry, and that is a hard transition to make. This is more of a choice to do. Can you make more money in a tractor trailer? Yes, you can. If you put in your time, you can go out there, but you are going to live in a conventional sleeper, and you are going to go drive 6,000 to 7,000 miles a week. And that's all you're going to do. You're going to see each other when the other person goes to bed, and it's go, and that is your life, and nothing is going to change about that. So can you make more money? Yes, you can. This is drive less, be more comfortable, and make a really good living at it. A lot of people do like I did and downsize and get rid of the house payment and the rent payment and the car payment and all of those things. Get rid of all of those things and just bank that money. I have two friends who did this for 5 years, under 30 years old, over 30 now, put away a bunch of money, bought a house, bought a property, built a house, cash, no loan, bought cars, no loan, and had a baby. And now they are doing really well, raising their baby without debt over their heads, spending time with their kid. That's the thing that, like, when I grew up, not always, my mom worked, but we got to see a lot of our parents. Today, it's not like that. So if you're young enough and you get into this early enough, instead of going to college and creating a bunch of debt and everything, I'm not saying don't go to college. If that's what you want to do, go do it. But think about that. They did the dream. They are 30 something. They own their own home. They have no debt, and they are raising their child, and both parents are present. I'm 51 with My wife, 50, no kids at home. She is an RN wanting to get out of nursing. We are going to get her CDLs, just looking at all options. I would like to tell you that she'd be the first medical person to get out of it and come do this. But people in the medical field are very overworked, very high stress jobs, and usually under rewarded or disenfranchised. They're not appreciated. No problem, Tino. That's what I want this channel to be, as a service to the community and to explain to people. And the best thing that I can do as a service to you guys is to tell you these things. So when you get out here, a lot of these people already have heard me talk about these things, and they know coming into this industry that these things are going to happen. We understand supply and demand and all of this stuff and all this freight that's sitting there waiting. Everybody hears about the freight problems. And I've said this many times on this channel. We are the problem solvers of the freight business, of trucking. And a lot of people have had their freight sitting on docks and they're tired of the waiting and they're willing to pay the money. We've already said that we get paid more than truckloads. When you can call and get this truck to go grab that load for you and be done with it and have your freight. And we go pick it up and we bring it right to your door. There's no middleman. There's none of that. And that is a business model that a lot of people are interested in right now. And a lot of people don't understand it and they don't get it, but that's okay. It's all right that they don't get it. So there's that.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. I hope that you found some information that you could use. If you're interested in more videos like this, check out this video right here. And if you're interested in expediting or trucking, or you have any questions, make sure you check out the link below.